Sleeping Beauty. In a distant kingdom there lived a queen who really wanted to have a child. They and the king waited for their heir for a long time, and finally their dream came true. A daughter was born, and they named her Aurora. From a young age, Aurora was a very beautiful girl who always delighted everyone who saw her. Her beauty was heard even in other kingdoms. On the 8th day after Aurora's birth, the queen threw a big party and invited all the fairies from the kingdom so that they would give her gifts. Each fairy gave small gifts: beauty, wisdom, kindness, and many other qualities. But suddenly, amid the festive breeze, the evil fairy Maleficent appeared in the palace. Who was not invited to the holiday? Angry, she said, "When Aurora reaches 16, she will be pricked with a rose thorn and fall into a deep sleep that will last 100 years. The queen and king were terribly indignant, and the whole kingdom was terrified. However, the last gift of the fairy, who had not yet spoken, turned out to be a lifesaver. She brushed off Maleficent's taunt and said that Aurora wouldn't fall into a deep sleep. She'd just want to sleep when she saw the rose thorn. The queen and king decided to fulfill the fairy's gift. They forbade the cultivation of roses in the royal garden and anywhere in the kingdom. But they did not take into account that Maleficent has plans to escape from the rules. When Aurora grew up, she became the most beautiful girl in the kingdom, but no one studied her, and she did not know about the curse. One day, while walking in the garden, she saw a bright flower and approached it. The one who didn't know, that flower was a thorny rose, and it bit Aurora. Aurora started, but soon felt incredibly sleepy. She slowly sank to the ground and, unable to resist, fell into a deep sleep. This became known to the whole kingdom, and the king and queen were in despair. But they found advice in the last fairy's gift. They placed Aurora in a special room in the palace and made a big decision: to hide her from the world and wait 100 years for the curse to be lifted. Soon this news spread throughout the kingdom. People are disappointed, they forgot about Aurora. The kingdom was deserted, but the king and queen were sure that this was the only way to save their daughter. Centuries passed, and wars and changes bypassed the kingdom. Aurora remained in a dormant state, and her beauty and youth did not age. But no curse can last forever. The same fairy that saved Aurora from Maleficent visited the kingdom again. She used her magic to break the curse. Aurora woke up from 100-year sleep. It was a miracle, and the kings and queens were filled with joy. Aurora felt time fly for her like an instant. But most of all, she felt the love and support of her parents, who always stood guard over her happy ending. The kingdom came alive with Aurora. People who remembered the beautiful heiress could now see her again, already as an adult woman. Aurora became a kind and wise leader for her people. Over time, she met a prince who fell in love with her. Their wedding was the grandest event in the kingdom, and they lived happily ever after. End.